All right, let's talk about Meta, because what a quarter they just had. I mean, they didn't just meet expectations, they completely blew them out of the water. And you want to know the secret sauce? It's all about this massive, long-term bet on AI, and boy, is it starting to pay off. So let's dive right into the numbers. Okay, first up, the big one, the top line number. For Q2 2025, Meta brought in, get this, a whopping $47.5 billion in revenue. But, as huge as that number is, that's not even the most impressive part. The real story is the speed. How fast did they get there?
I mean, we're not talking about a little bit of steady growth here. This was a 22% explosion in revenue in just 1 year. You got to understand, for a company as massive as Meta, seeing that kind of jump, that kind of acceleration, it's pretty wild. It's all thanks to this super smart, super efficient ad engine they've built, and believe me, it's making investors sit up and pay very close attention.
So, how in the world did they pull off a quarter this big? Let's take a look at how Meta absolutely crushed what Wall Street was expecting. So, to really get a sense of just how big this win was, you got to look at what the experts were expecting, right? The financial analysts, they thought the quarter would be good, but Meta delivered what we call a solid beat. And what that means, in simple terms, is they didn't just meet the predictions, they blew past them. On both revenue, that's the total cash coming in the door, and on earnings, which is the actual profit they get to keep. All right, let's decode some of these numbers. We're going to look at the key metrics that really show us the financial health and, more importantly, the profitability behind this whole performance. Okay, before I throw another big number at you, let's do a quick sidebar on something called EPS. You hear it all the time. It stands for earnings per share. All it really means is after a company pays all its bills and covers all its costs, how much profit is left over for every single share of its stock. It's a really, really important way to measure how profitable a company actually is. So, with that in mind, Meta's EPS this quarter was $7.14, an incredibly strong number. And when you put that together with the huge revenue we just talked about, it paints a really clear picture. The company isn't just getting bigger, it's getting more profitable at the same time. That's the dream combo. And here's just another way to visualize that 22% growth from last year. You can see the jump from Q2 of last year to Q2 of this year isn't just a small step up, it's a giant leap. It really just shows the incredible momentum the company's built over the last 12 months. Now, having a great quarter is, well, it's great, but you know how it is in the investing world. The big question is always, okay, that's nice, but what are you going to do for me next? So let's shift gears and look to the future. And that is the question, isn't it? What does Meta think is going to happen over the next few months? This is where we get to look at what's called guidance. It's basically the company's official prediction for the next quarter. And let me tell you, their outlook is, well, it's really optimistic. They're projecting their next quarter's revenue will land somewhere between $47.5 and $50.5 billion. That means their year-over-year growth could be anywhere from 17 to 24%. They're basically telling Wall Street, hey, you think that was good? Just wait. And this is more than just numbers on a page. It's really a statement. When a company's leadership puts out guidance this strong, what they're really doing is signaling just how confident they are in their own strategy and their ability to keep delivering. So where is all this confidence coming from? What's the engine that's driving all this growth and this incredibly positive forecast? Well, it pretty much all comes down to one thing: Meta's huge long-term gamble on artificial intelligence. So here's the game plan, and it's super clear. Step 1, keep dominating the social media world. Facebook, Instagram, the whole deal. Step 2, keep pouring money into AI. I mean, serious investment. And then step 3, this is where it all comes together, they use that incredibly powerful AI to make their ad business even smarter, even more efficient, and that's what turbocharges the revenue growth. So what's the word on the street from the analysts? Well, the general consensus is that, yeah, Meta is a fantastic long-term buy. But, and this is a big but, the stock price right now is a little rich, which is just a fancy way of saying it's kind of expensive. So the advice from them is to maybe think about buying on the pullbacks. That's just Wall Street talk for waiting for the price to drop a little before you jump in. And to prove they mean it,
Analysts are sticking with their price target of $1,000 a share. It shows that even though the stock is pricey right now, they believe the company's AI strategy gives it a ton of room to grow over the long haul.
So, all of this, it really just leaves us with one massive question, doesn't it? They've got this blockbuster quarter in the rearview mirror and an AI engine that feels like it's just getting warmed up. So, are we watching the very beginning of a whole new era of dominance for Meta? It's definitely something to think about.